Hi Chelsea fans, it's Chels Daft here on Friday the 24th of July, and this is going to be a little bit of a different video than normal. It's going to be longer because I want to discuss things more openly rather than do the quick 5-minute news. There's some stories to be discussed and I just want to go through it really and get things out of my head about certain rumours and certain speculation. So join me, different video, extended. Hopefully you enjoy it as we go into a little bit more detail about stories that are doing the rounds at the moment. But this is me, Chels Daft. Let's get cracking. So in today's video, I just want to talk about transfer rumours that are doing the rounds at the moment and Chelsea's possible targets and the areas they're looking to strengthen. Now, it's believed amongst circles in the media that despite the fact that Chelsea have spent money on Timo Werner and Hakim Ziyech, which equates to the Eden Hazard money, which is fantastic business from Marina and from Chelsea, Roman Abramovich has given Marina Granovskaya the green light to bankroll 4 more transfers this summer: goalkeeper, a centre-half, a left-back and the midfielder. And obviously the midfielder is Kai Havertz. Only after the Liverpool performance, shipping 5 goals and being as open as we were at times, that everything's sort of blown up in the last 24, 48 hours. Hence the link to Jose Gimenez. Now, we have to be honest that we've been reading reports lately that Declan Rice was the main #1 target, touted at around 70 to 80 million. Now, a lot of people I speak to, Chelsea fans, mates of mine, are not really sold on Declan Rice. I guess you have to wonder what his position is, what his natural position is. Is it a centre-half or is it a centre midfielder? We were reading reports stating that Frank Lampard and Chelsea believed that his best position was centre-half. And we were reading that the likes of Kurt Zouma could be sold to Tottenham for 30 million. Fikayo Tomori could go out on loan for a season. And I think it's definitely clear after what happened the other night that we need to sort out our back four. So if Declan Rice is not the answer, I mean, what do you think? Do you think he is? If you do, post your comments in the comments section below. But Jose Gimenez, the 25-year-old Atletico Madrid centre-back, who's physical, who's strong, who's good in the air, he's someone Man City were looking at as well, and he's a realistic target. But we all know when it comes to Atletico Madrid, and more on them again later on in the video when we talk about goalkeepers, they like to insert a minimum release fee in their contracts. Gimenez is believed to be around 109 million, which is just outrageous. So are Chelsea going to go out and spend 109 million and then go and buy Kai Havertz and then go and buy a left back and then go and buy a goalkeeper? I can't really see it happening. Is our back four, and I'm referring to our 4 centre-halves, is it they're not good enough? Or do they need coaching? For me, I think Zouma is becoming good enough. You have to be honest, you're nervous when he's got the ball at his feet, but he's showing real signs of improvement, Zouma. But his physicality, winning the ball, and his strength is something we need to keep hold of. Fikayo Tomori come on leaps and bounds and will get stronger and will be develop into a real class centre-back, Premier League centre-back for me. He's got to stay. I think you look at Rudiger now and you look at Andreas Christensen. Is Andreas Christensen that player at the back, commanding, vocal, influential? Do you think of his age? Is he at that point now where he's where he should be? Or should we be looking to maybe move him on? And I think if you then look at Tony Rudiger, for me anyway, I think the guy's erratic. I think Rudiger's erratic. I think you don't really know what you're going to get from him. Sometimes he loses his head. And I just think that he needs to be much more settled. And before Liverpool, playing in a 3 with Aspi talking next to him and Zouma, it looked like it was working. And he played outstandingly well. But the other night, all over the place. Sheffield United, for example, think of their last goal, all over the shop. So we do need to change one of our centre defenders, but I'm trying to work out if it should be Christensen or Rudiger. Not Tomori or Zouma, but one of those two. What do you think? So think of another option. We've discussed Declan Rice. Is he good enough to be a Chelsea player? Which sounds obnoxious and arrogant, but it's a genuine question. Jose Gimenez is going to cost just ridiculous amount of money. But then the third option is Nathan Ake. And we've read reports this week that Ake is wanted by Man City. Man City have gone in with 35 million, but Chelsea can activate the the release clause that we all thought had expired in January up until the end of this season for 40 million. Is Nathan Ake the answer? I think based on the fact you're not going to get Rice for cheap and you're not going to get Gimenez on the cheap, I think Ake could be the answer. Would you take Ake over Christensen? I think I would. 100%. What about you guys? So let's now look at the goalkeeping situation in Kepa. And Kepa received death threats, which is just a joke. And I said it in yesterday's video. I'm going to say it again. It's just ridiculous. And any Chelsea fan that does that, hopefully they get reported to the relevant authorities and arrest should be made, because that shouldn't be happening. You can criticise, you can be angry at a player, but you do not do that. You do not go and threaten them. You do not give them death threats. It's a joke. Yes, Kepa's performances this season are not good enough. 53.47% he saved of the shots that he's faced. That's 55 from 101 shots this season. And it's actually worth noting that that's worse than Claudio Bravo when he was in goal, the main goalkeeper for Pep Guardiola. What did Pep Guardiola do at the end of that season? He went out and bought a goalkeeper, bought Henderson, and Bravo's been relegated to the bench. That's something I think a lot of Chelsea fans are talking about doing now, that Kepa isn't good enough. And I think we're all of that same opinion. He needs to be more commanding in the box. He needs to be saving more. He just needs to be better than what he is. And I think that's the problem. So we've got options. So Jan Oblak, again, Atletico Madrid, fantastic goalkeeper. And if you're going to follow the Man City model of let's go out and buy a goalkeeper that's going to suit us and hopefully for 4 or 5 years will be a solid foundation, you go out and spend 109 million, 110 million on Oblak. But is that realistic in this situation with the coronavirus and the financial markets globally? Can Chelsea go out and spend 90 million on Havertz? Can they go and spend 110 on Oblak and then buy a left back and then go and buy a centre back as well? I don't think they can, and we've got to be realistic with it. So we've obviously made inquiries for Dean Henderson, Man United, and have been told in no uncertain terms not interested in negotiating. So an option is Andre Onana at Ajax. He's available for around 30 million, but is he good enough? Is he someone that can come in, be that commanding presence at the back, or is there anybody else out there that could be that person? Now, I'm just going to put it out there because it's popped into my head. For me, I will never understand why Kasper Schmeichel has not been picked up by anybody. The Leicester goalkeeper, outstanding, commanding, vocal, authoritative. You could sign him from Leicester for 40 million. Go and do it. Go and get him. Because we need someone in there next season rather than Kepa. But as for Kepa and his future, it's touted that Valencia want him and they want to try and sign him on a multi-year loan rather than pay an extortionate fee. They want to try and do it over a period of time. Kepa signed a 7-year contract at Chelsea. Could we see him being loaned to Valencia for 4 or 5 years? Maybe. Let me know what you think about the goalkeeping situation and who you want Chelsea to go out and sign and who you would like to see us sign. But remember, we've got to be realistic with the financial markets. Post your comments in the comments section below. So to the left back position, and it's clear we're not going to get Ben Chilwell. We're going to have to pay a fortune for him. Chelsea could be, if Chelsea want to go out and sign these players with the money that's being quoted, we're spending 400 million on 4 players. And that's ridiculous. It's not going to happen. It won't happen at all. So I think we can forget Chilwell. The next up is Tagliafico at Ajax, who again apparently is available for around 30 million. And I'm seeing reports today stating that Tagliafico is now not wanted by Barcelona. Barcelona have dropped their interest, leaving Chelsea and one other to try and fight for his signature. Looking at the performances the last couple of days, and the Man United game in particular in the Cup semi-final, I think Marcos Alonso has proved his worth to Frank Lampard as a wing-back. Obviously, he switched off for the final goal, along with everybody else, against Liverpool the other night. But he gives us that option. And I think that's key. I think Emerson's gone. I think we definitely need a left-back. And I think at the moment, it's looking more and more like Tagliafico. I mean, what do you think about the left-back? Would you go and sign Tagliafico? Or is there somebody else that you think Chelsea should be looking at? Post your comments below. So finally, Kai Havertz and Leroy Sané probably put his foot in it a bit yesterday with, I'm sure you've all seen it on social media, all but confirming that he's going to sign for Chelsea. Reports come out that he will travel to London beginning of next month, house hunting, looking for somewhere to buy ahead of a move to Chelsea. It's been reportedly agreed that he's agreed personal terms. It's just between the clubs to try and come up with a financial deal and agreement that suits both parties. Leverkusen are trying to hold out for 80-90 million, if you believe reports. Chelsea are prepared to offer 60 or 70, but then bonus add-ons. So I wonder if a deal will be done in time for him to sign after the season's finished, maybe the next few weeks. But according to Leverkusen, they want to keep him next month for the Europa League and their fight to try and win that. So a confirmed deal for Havertz might take a few weeks yet. But what do you think of Kai Havertz? If Kai Havertz comes in, then Ross Barkley probably goes. Because they're, we can't be over, we're going to look lopsided. We've got too many attacking midfielders or too many midfielders compared to other areas. If you have Barkley, Gilmour, Loftus-Cheek, Mason Mount, Kovacic, Conte, Jorginho, Havertz, it's just going to look ridiculous. So I guess the question is about Kai Havertz is right now, is he someone we actually need? That's what I'm asking you guys. And I'm just trying to be someone that puts things in your mind to get you thinking. I think Kai Havertz would be a great addition, but it's clear we need to sort our defence out. Should the defence be the priority and Kai Havertz put on the back burner? And I've seen tweets from people saying that if a Havertz deal is there to be taken, you must take it. And I get that. I understand it. But is Kai Havertz someone we actually need? Think of next season. Think of the options we've got. Think of formations next season for Frank. 4-3-3. We're yet to see if Jorginho goes or if he stays. If N'Golo Conte is fit, and I believe he is for the Wolves game, he'll probably come back in and Jorginho go back on the bench. So it's up in the air with Jorginho. But either way, you could see Chelsea's midfield next season, the midfield three, being Conte, Kovacic and Havertz. You then maybe find yourself in the attacking areas, Pulisic, Ziyech, Werner. Or if you go 4-2-3-1, Kovacic, Conte, you could play Pulisic left, Havertz there, Ziyech on the right, Werner up front. Or even Werner left, Pulisic in the middle, Ziyech on the right, Abraham up front. But the problem is, where does Mason Mount play? Where does Loftus-Cheek play? That's why I'm asking the question about Kai Havertz. And it's a genuine question. Do you need him at this moment in time? Or are other areas the priority now? Defence, goalkeeper, centre-back, left-back. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Also, if you like the video, smash the like button for me. Then subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, and make sure you stay tuned for my videos that come out normally every day. I just think I need to do a little bit of a change and just discuss things more in depth. I've seen some great YouTube channels out there that do the same sort of thing. And I just feel as though just reading the news updates in a 5-minute video is good. But this hopefully gets across the way I feel about certain rumours and certain stories. And hopefully it sort of connects with you guys and gets you thinking and hopefully gets you posting your comments. So let me know what you think in the comments section below. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. And have a great Friday night, and I'll see you all tomorrow.